Today we're talking about habits for you to lose fat whilst working from home. If you want to lose fat whilst working from home, you need to create better habits. But here's the thing, I'm not going to give you 10 generic go to the gym, eat more fruit advice, because that's not what you need to hear. What you need is specific working from home habits and tactics that you can start implementing today to start actually getting results. So these are going to be the best 10 habits you can start implementing today to start losing body fat. And if you do all of these, I guarantee you'll start seeing results in the mirror and on the scale. I know this works because these are the exact habits I use to lose 2 stone in 6 months working from home in finance, and I've helped over 300 working from home professionals do the exact same. Habit number 1, setting a step goal. In my opinion, walking is the #1 exercise for fat loss. It can be done anywhere, it's not as difficult as running and cardio, and you can do it every day. And it's even more important to focus on this when you're sat at a desk all day and some days you don't even have a reason to leave the house. A study in 2017 took 82 men and women and separated them into 2 groups. They were both in a calorie restricted diet, however group 2 did 20 minutes of walking. Results? Group 2, that did the extra 20 minutes of walking, lost an extra 3.5 pounds of fat. Simple reason is that they burnt more calories than the other group. Now, this isn't a video on walking and fat loss, but a great way to make sure you are getting enough steps in is to actually set a step goal. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone just get a six-pack accidentally? No. So how can you expect to get steps in if you don't know exactly how many steps you're aiming for? Set a step goal, and I guarantee when opportunities come up like parking further away from the shop, walking in between exercises, walking activities with your friends, you'll be far more likely to identify them because you are now subconsciously aligned to hit that goal. Habit number 2, track your food. Now, I'm not telling you to download MyFitness and track every single crumb you ingest. I understand when you've been sat at a desk every day for 10 hours for a week because you need to hit a deadline, the last thing you're going to want to do is faff around logging all the ingredients for your meals on an app. But what you can do is know everything you put into your mouth. So every time you eat, you pull out your phone and you just record on the Notes app what you've eaten. What this will do is psychologically bring it to your conscious mind. Also, if you're struggling to lose fat, it will show you exactly what's happening. If you get to the end of the week and the bulk of your meals have been pretty healthy, but then you see all these random snacks you've been having every day on your afternoon break or your evening snack, you can now have a look at those, work out the calories. You'll realise you've just added an extra couple of thousand calories to your week. Think about it. If you were helping someone who had a spending problem, what's the first thing you would do? Get them to track everything they're spending. Same principle applies here. Habit number 3, not having a Monday to Friday mentality. Unlike your career, your body doesn't care what day of the week it is. So being perfect Monday to Friday, but thinking calories don't count on the weekend is going to destroy any chance you have of getting sustainable results. Instead, make sure you plan for the whole week. If you tend to be more social on weekends, great, just plan for it. Few ways you can do that. 1, calorie banking, so slightly reduce your calories on your non-social days so you can indulge more when you're actually out for food and social events. 2, plan ahead. Instead of thinking YOLO it's Saturday, do people still say YOLO? Instead, plan what you're going to get ahead of time. Going to a restaurant, look on the website at the menu beforehand. Out for drinks, decide how many you're going to have before you actually go out. If you're getting takeaway, plan what you're going to have a few days before. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself, but thinking you can just turn a blind eye on weekends and still get results, same as someone blowing their paycheck on the first week and then wondering why they can't save anything. Habit number 4, accountability. More of a concept than a habit this one, but how many times have you said to yourself that you'll do something and then not do it? I bet it's way less than the amount of times you've told someone you'll do something and then not done it. As humans, we don't like letting other people down, especially when someone has a vested interest in us. When you're not feeling motivated, having that someone there to give you that extra push will mean you're way more likely to succeed. I do this with my clients, I hold them accountable to their goals, and the truth is they are 1,000 times more likely to actually hit their goal. That being said, you can get any coach or anyone to hold you accountable. Maybe find a walking buddy or ask a family member to check in with you weekly to see if you've done everything you said you would. Bottom line, we are designed to care what other people think of us. Imagine it comes from back in the day when we were in tribes and, well, if people didn't like us, they'd cast us out and we'd probably die. Use that to your advantage and get some accountability in place. Tip number 5, sleep. So important, from what I see, so overlooked in regards to your ability to be able to lose body fat. When you're sleeping less, you're more likely to be hungrier and you're more likely to eat foods that are highly palatable and aren't calorie friendly. At the same time, your body is going to prioritize utilizing muscle tissue as a source of energy versus your fat. This is the exact opposite of what we want it to be doing. Get your sleep between 7 and 8 hours and make that a primary rule before you even start thinking about your steps, your dieting. Get your sleep in order. This habit is going to have a tremendous effect on your life, and I guarantee it's going to add years to your life. Here's some tips to help you do that. 2 hours before bed, switch off as many lights at home as possible and stop eating or drinking. If it helps, take a warm bath or shower before you get into bed to signal to your brain that you're about to go to sleep. And if you use screens a lot, I suggest getting some blue light blockers to be able to help with the melatonin expression in your brain. And lastly, make sure you cool your room down. If you're not sleeping well, you can do all the exercises and dieting in the world, but you will still find it hard to lose fat or just be healthy in general. Habit number 6, eating whole foods. If you're eating ultra processed meal deals, frozen microwave meals, and most of your food looks like it came out of a lab, by just switching that to having more whole foods in your week, that change alone, I guarantee you will start consuming less calories and therefore burn more body fat. And also, just stop feeling tired all the time. So next time you're out shopping, have a look at your basket. 80% of that food should be food that has been around longer than the last couple of decades. Chicken, beef, eggs, milk, rice. Yes, if there's some snacks inside you enjoy, add them in. But I see so many people's baskets when I'm out shopping and honestly wonder how they function. Great quote from The Psychology of Money can be applied here. Everything has a price, but not all prices appear on the label. Just because that £2 microwave lasagna may seem convenient, it doesn't mean it won't cost you. That cost might be a productive day at work, having the energy to play with your children, or just not feeling hungry again 2 hours after you've eaten it. You are what you eat. Habit number 7, regular self-monitoring. What I mean here is simply stepping on the scale every single morning. Best time to do this is as soon as you wake up, go and use the toilet and then step straight on the scale and record that weight. Why does this work? Let me explain. This is what we consider a feedback loop. For example, if your overall goal is to lose weight and you step on the scale for the next 10 days and you're gaining weight every single day, this is an indication that something obviously needs to change. Let's say you make a change and you identify your weight has stopped increasing, then it means you've made a correct decision. Keep doing that. People who are stepping on the scale regularly are going to be able to make the right decisions because the scale weight can influence the decisions you make. For example, if you're losing 1 kilogram a week, you're less likely to make a decision to go out on binge on a random McDonald's. Because you're seeing progress, you'd probably rather not ruin. Whereas if you weren't tracking your weight, a few extra takeaways isn't really going to make much difference to you. And if you go on the scale and you're increasing in weight, it's probably going to make you actually start paying more attention. So here's what I'd recommend. Weigh yourself every day and then use that as feedback. As long as the overall trend is in the right direction, happy days. However, do not worry how things are looking on a day-to-day basis. That is a terrible idea. If you're 0.5 kilograms heavier than you were yesterday, I can almost guarantee that isn't fat you've put on, it's just water weight. Which could be because of multiple reasons. What you ate yesterday, your sodium levels, time in the month for you ladies, even just having a heavy leg day the day before. So focus on week overall trend, not day-to-day fluctuations. Habit number 8, prioritizing protein. Eating and prioritizing protein is going to help you lose body fat. Firstly, protein is going to boost your metabolism. When we eat food, our body actually uses calories to digest that food, which is great news, as to lose body fat, we need to burn calories. So, out of carbohydrates, fats and protein, guess which one takes the most to digest? Protein. So the more protein you eat, the more calories your body is going to burn. And the more calories you burn, the higher it's going to boost your metabolism. Second thing, protein are the building blocks for building muscle. The more protein that you have in your system, the more likelihood that you're going to be building muscle. The more muscles you have, the more calories your body will burn every day just sat here at your desk. And finally, it's also going to help satiety. Protein is the most satiating out of carbohydrates, fats and proteins. The more satiated you are, the less hungry you'll be and the less likely you'll attack the snack cupboard straight after those late afternoon meetings. So here's what you can do. Firstly, make sure every meal contains around 30 to 40 grams of protein. Best way to do that is just make sure there is a solid protein source in the meal. Outside of that, get protein in at breakfast, have high protein snacks in the house, and consider maybe a protein supplement. If you would like me to do a video on everything you need to know about protein, let me know in the comments. Habit number 9, a morning walk. Outside of prioritizing sleep, if you start one thing from this video, make it this habit. Then drop me a message on Instagram or LinkedIn in a few weeks and thank me. Start getting a morning walk in. So here are the terms. It has to be outside and it has to be longer than 10 minutes. That's it. This one habit is the ultimate killing 14 birds of one stone. To sum it up in about 10 seconds, this will help with your circadian rhythm, immune system, boost your metabolism, help you sleep, reduce stress, heart health, I could go on. Bottom line, I promise if you go for a morning walk every day for the next 3 months, you won't recognize how you look, but more importantly, how you feel. Best thing, working from home, you no longer have to commute to work, so you can literally just replace that commute with a morning walk. Now, I know some of you have early starts, school runs, etc. So if you cannot do a morning walk, next best thing is just make sure at some point in the morning to get outside for 10-15 minutes. Habit number 10, hydrate. We know staying hydrated is crucial for overall health, but it also is a massive tool when managing hunger. Staying hydrated during the workday can help you manage your desire to snack. Most of the time, it's not the snack itself we crave, but the stimulation of having something to consume. A low or 0 calorie drink can provide the same stimulation without all the extra calories. All you need to do is make sure you're not going for long periods of time sat at your desk without fluids. Have a water bottle handy and set times each day for tea breaks. Now, that was my top 10 best habits for you to lose fat whilst working from home. However, do not go and try and implement all 10 of them overnight. Pick 1 or 2 and just start and focus on those. Start tracking them, and once you have consistently be able to do them for a week, add 1 more, and then add 1 more week after week. A great tip to make this seem less effort is to habit stack 2 or 3 together. For example, start by committing to stepping on the scales every morning and tracking your weight. Once you have recorded the weight, immediately go and put your shoes on and then go for a morning walk. So you've stacked 2 habits together, and this will psychologically make it so much easier. In regards to tracking them, do whatever works for you. For my clients, I set them up on my habit tracker app so I can actually monitor things my side. But you can use your notes on your phone, a spreadsheet, pen and paper, whatever works for you. Now, if you would like help putting your own habit system in place, along with nutrition, exercise, and everything else, or if you'd like to see some examples of what has been working for my clients, what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to jump on a 10-15 minute call with me, and I'll be happy to show you some of the stuff that's been working. If you work from home and enjoy this content, all I ask is you subscribe to the channel, as I've got plenty more content I'll be releasing over the next few weeks. And I'll see you in the next one.